I had no idea in a million years. I wasn't supposed to make it. I was the statistic. Food desert, check. Bad health, check. Single parent home, check. Incarcerated parent, check. Incarceration, death, gun violence, check. Gun, drugs, alcohol, check. All around me. And then there's the societal biases. Are you rich? No. Are you white? No. Are you thin? No. Are you able-bodied? No. It's the lattice. So when I was not the card chosen. So when I say I never would have thought in a million years, that's not some jargon. That's not some play-by-play. That is the real deal, Holyfield. I shouldn't have made it.
Music helps us get through the hardships and heartbreaks of life. The songs come from artists who bare their souls and share their pain. Their music proves we're not alone. They felt just like you, and they dug deep and kept going. I'm Ethan Johnson, and this is Rockin' That Hard Place.
Welcome to Rockin' a Hard Place, episode 2. Today we're with a composer, producer, and just amazing talent, Brittany Davis.
You know.
We grow up in different places. We run into different races. Baby, I know that it feels like we've been locked up in these cages. I've been waiting for you for ages. But now we're going through stages. They say life ain't no rehearsal, but I don't know how I'ma play this.
Okay, so Brittany, we're going to talk about 3 cities. That's all. It's going to be today. 3 cities, geography lesson.
Okay.
The first city is Paris, France.
Okay.
So weren't you just in Paris recently?
I was.
Okay, tell me about it. Tell me about what is the best part of being in Paris?
For me in Paris, it's really important to experience the 5 senses as much as I can, or the 4 senses that I have. Okay, I got to tell you from a blind person's perspective, because, I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes places can blend together.
Yeah.
Well, the cobblestones in Pike Place markets, cobblestones in Paris,
Yeah.
If you can't see the difference in facade.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you that some of the smells and some of the reaches I've ever smelled, like, I don't know what it is, man. I was in a hotel room and, like, coming down for breakfast, I don't know what it is, but they got these older, whatever they got. They got colognes, perfume. I would just love to go to a French perfume store.
Oh, yeah.
Because, like, I love some of the smells, the breads, the cheeses.
Yes.
The perfumes, like, and they smell so rich and layered and complex. I'm like, is that a female scent or a male scent?
Some amazing food there, I'm sure. You had some pastries and things like that.
Yes, and the duck was quite divine. Right. I had a great 4-course meal. It was just this fabulous, the chocolat de pain. Man, you want to talk about something tasty? That's good stuff.
So what brought you to France? Were you performing there?
I was performing. I don't know how. What stars aligned? Honestly, I don't know, but I do know this. The people that got me there worked really hard to get me there, and performing there was really a blessing because I got to meet more of the people on a local level, and it was a lot of sit-down theater performances this time around. Whereas last time I was in Paris, it was a lot of festival stuff. And
like bigger crowds, and I really appreciated that this time the crowds were more intimate. That's cool.
Yeah.
How does it feel to be known and received across the ocean in Europe?
Wow. I never would have thought in a million years that I was going to be received. As a matter of fact, I just won an award, but that wasn't in Paris, though. It was in Germany.
Tell me about that.
So, Black Thunder, my recent album,
Yeah.
improvised in 48 hours, by the way.
Yeah.
Completely improvised. With Devon Lewis and Evan Flory Barnes on bass and drums. We got chosen to receive the Quarterly Critics' Choice Award in Germany.
Fantastic.
So we won it. And
Wow.
So,
Congratulations. That's awesome. And that part that you just talked about, like, you went in and recorded those songs without having anything prearranged, right?
that is
You
correct.
didn't have anything in mind. You just
No.
went there. And you didn't know the other performers that well, correct?
I,
Or did you? I don't know.
I knew Devon.
Yeah.
I played with him in a couple sessions. As a matter of fact, we're sitting in the room right now where it took place.
Awesome.
And it was just complete open banter sonically between us three.
Mm.
And me not really having a background in jazz, just following their lead and letting whatever happened happen. It was powerful.
How is that different for you? Like, was that a bit of a growth for you to do something so out of the mold? Like, normally, don't you do a lot of work where you're even playing all the instruments and recording
Yes.
it, yourself?
Yes.
So here, this is like everybody's doing their own thing and you're not in control. What was that like for you?
That was powerful because it wasn't a chaotic show. It wasn't some pandemonium type of crazy thing. It was really tight. It was very, very synchronized. And the fact is that even though everybody was doing their own thing, they all followed me. And these are guys that's played with some of the best acts here in Seattle and beyond. Yet they were following little old me around the mulberry bush of sound, and we created something spectacular.
Yeah, you did.
That won an award. So when you talked about, being received in Europe, I had no idea that this was even coming up for us.
Wow.
I woke up and I was going about my day and getting fitted for a dress that I'm going to wear to the show that we're going to do at Jazz Alley on December 4th.
Fantastic.
And so I'm getting fitted for my dress, and all of a sudden I get a phone call and they're like, "Congratulations." My mom's like, "Congratulations on your award." I'm like,
wow.
What award? And so, it's something else to be, it really is an honor to be chosen and also received so openly and so well overseas.
Fantastic. So I want to also ask, what's the hardest part about being in Paris, France?
It's something that I definitely have thought about as I travel.
Yeah.
What makes this the most difficult thing to do? How can I make things better and stronger for myself and my team when I travel? And the one thing that comes up the most when it comes to travel, period, is just being blind. Is a struggle. And it's not just because of the obvious things, like you can't do things for yourself, but it's also that in new places that you don't know, you can't necessarily do things with yourself.
Right.
You can't exist outside of the itinerary.
Wow.
Everybody is doing their own thing, and you're locked into what the itinerary is because you can only go where people take you.
Wow.
If you don't know where you are. And there's this wide spectrum view of things that I don't know. And whether or not I'm able to participate I mean, if there was a jam session right in front of my nose, I wouldn't know it unless,
Yeah.
if at least if there was a sign for it, I wouldn't know it.
Right.
And the expectation is that me as the leader is supposed to be the one with the vision.
Yeah.
But how can I be a visionary without the context of vision?
Mm-hmm.
Which is really something that has helped me both build up my inner strength and has challenged me, and has challenged my inner strength as well, because it means that I cannot depend on what other people see as the vision of success.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how to imagine what it's like to hold a Grammy because I've never seen one or touched one.
Yeah.
So I don't know how to envision myself in that space other than to imagine how I might feel to win one.
Well, I'd say get ready. I'd say get ready to feel that. We're going to talk more about that. But honestly, get ready, girl. Get ready.
Thank you. I wrote this for all the lovely people. Sometimes it feels like the light has gone out, but you gotta stay in this and know that your light still glows. So I call this song She Glows. Young girl running fast, watch the moments pass, every day like the last. Sure, she can make a change, locked up in her chains, always feeling last. And she runs, she runs faster than the sun. Catch the waves, catch the waves, catch the waves. That's the way it goes. But despite her lows, she glows. She glows.
Okay, a different city I want to talk about
Different city.
is Kansas City.
Kansas City.
Kansas City is where you're born.
That is correct.
I'm going to start this the same way. What is the best part about your childhood in Kansas City?
Music and probably my dad.
Your dad. Talk about that.
So I'll often say that music is my first language and then English. I know what these keys are talking about better than I understand English half my life.
Yeah.
And textures and sounds and interactions with people made up kind of the constellation of my existence, right? These constellations are built on cross-modal perceptive experiences, which means I taste the color blue.
It's a hard concept to get my head around.
I know. Or
yeah,
your cheek feels like the note C.
Wow. Yeah.
The texture of your skin is D major.
Yeah.
The color of the sun feels like an orange peel.
Wow.
You know, those kinds of things are very cross-modal.
Yeah.
And I discovered, my father told me if you don't listen, you don't learn. So he and I would go to the park and we would just listen. He said, "What do you hear?" I was like, I heard a blue thing and I heard it's a bird that said loo 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 and it sounded blue. And I heard, it made a sound. Everything was about sound for me. I don't know how to explain it, but like a banana for instance, the experience of a banana for me was like I'm touching the peel and it's smooth, but it's not because it's got those corners. I don't know how to explain it. There's these, it's round, it's cylindrical, but it has like seams in it almost. And then like when I feel the smoothness, it's like these notes are coming through my mind. Mm-hmm. And my father helped me tap into those notes. Mm-hmm. So whenever I would sing those notes, he would get me a banana.
Oh, wow.
So I'm like, Papa, doo-doo, doo-doo. And he knows.
Sounds like he got you.
Yeah.
He really got you.
I know a banana, but like, if I want it peeled, he's like, do you want doo-doo or do you want doo-doo-doo? Like, you know, like this is a banana peel. When you peel it, and it feels different after that. It's a different texture.
It does.
It does.
You don't want to eat it with that peel on there.
Yeah, but that's the thing.
Want to.
You don't want to do that. But I didn't realize that because that's a contextual view.
Yeah.
Think about it. 80% of the information you get as a human being makes up the visual cortex. 80% of the information you receive as a human being is visual. So imagine if somebody gave me a banana with the peel on, snatched it back, gave it back, and the peel was gone. And I'm like, that is not the same thing you gave me.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm having a different perceptive experience. I didn't see the peel come away. So I don't know why the banana is different. Yeah. So the best part about Kansas City was learning that things change through my father, and he was always that way. He taught me to see him as an avenue of sound and learning. Just learning and listening. I love listening to music.
Yeah.
He would put headphones on me, and he wouldn't say anything. He wouldn't say what it was. And he'd say, like, I'd be walking with him through the halls of my grandma's apartments, and that's his mom, right?
Yeah.
And he'd get to going, do, 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 and I'm like, da, da, da. And he's like, then he puts the headphones and the music's like, da, 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 and I'm like, oh. And then next thing I know, I'm just playing it on the keyboard. He's like, see, she gets it.
Wow. Was he musical?
I don't know. He was not musical in the same sense that I was.
But he knew you were.
But he was rhythmic in his attentiveness. That's what being a living song is all about.
Yeah, we were talking about that off camera here.
Off camera, we were talking about being a living song. Yeah. And that's what it's all about, is knowing the intentionality behind what is necessary to make an impact and make a development possible. You can't just say, well, you need to learn how to play this, and this is this and that.
I want to talk to you about that.
So that's an interesting segue there too, because my dad was like, if you can hear it, you can play it.
Well, he knew that about you, right?
He must have before I knew it.
Oh, really? I thought you meant because he'd seen you do that.
No, because he didn't. We never discussed like, so how do you play? Like all of that stuff. Like it was just like he just would put things in my hand.
Wow.
That would sing and do 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 do, and then he would take it from me, and then I'd have the keyboard in front of me, and I'm going. He said, oh, I got it. But he's not talking to me about it. He's witnessing through his own way of play, because he likes to play. Like he's like, listen to that bird over there. It's going to say this to this bird. Listen to this one. It's going to say that to this one. And it would be right. He would be right. Man. And I'm like, dude, how do you know the conversations of the birds?
I don't think we listen enough to people who are sighted. I'm sighted. My wife says I don't listen enough. So there's that. But just listening to what's around So sometimes to just like calm myself, I'll turn off my, extraneous things like TV and stuff like that and just go outside and listen.
That's exactly.
And it
what
brings
we did.
then you start to hear that heartbeat. You start to feel you just feel nature a little bit. And that goes back to that thing you were talking about, like that living as a song.
Yes.
Like having the heartbeat, having the footsteps, hearing things.
The breathing.
Breathing.
We never learned how to do that, by the way.
Talk to me about that.
We never learned how to breathe. We always just do it. We're being breathed. We never learn. Nobody takes you to class and in and out. You're doing it. When you're a baby, you're breathing.
Yeah.
When you're a baby, you're breathing. Your limbic system, the part of you that is the song, the basis of the song, which is the brain stem. That's the cervical spine. See, when you get to talking about where your energy converges and how life continues, it's not through your offspring. It's through your rhythm.
Oh, interesting.
Because there's many people that have offspring that don't have anything to do with their rhythm. They got a whole different song going on.
Yeah, I hear you.
So yeah, like we never learn how to breathe. We're being breathed. Like the fact that I can speak through this sentence is a blessing because there's some people that are having a hard time doing that.
Yeah.
You see?
Yeah.
That's what makes it. That's what makes it a miracle. Okay, I'm done preaching.
I love it. Okay, I just like that first city, I'm going to ask, what's the hardest thing about Kansas City? What was the hardest thing for you? Or things if there's more than one?
Being blind is always going to be at the top of my list.
Yeah.
It's mostly because where I lived, inner city, village, ghetto land, whatever you want to call it, I was there. In the house by 5 o'clock or trouble strikes. Don't walk around town with a cane. You're marked.
Yeah.
You walk around town with a cane, you just look like, let me rob her. Losing my father at 12 years old to gun violence. Big ow.
Yeah, let's talk about that. Tell me, how'd you learn about that?
So I was, I guess, consistently, because I was, at that time, I was going to this school in St. Louis, Missouri, and it's called Missouri School for the Blind.
Yeah. This
school keeps you for a week and you come home on the weekends. So it was really funny that the week that my father got murdered, he had given me his coat because he was like, I'm giving you my coat because I'm reminding myself I need to get you a coat. And what he did was he gave me his coat. Every Friday I came home, every Sunday I returned to school. So the Sunday that I was returning to school, he gave me his coat. That Wednesday he was murdered. I didn't know. Till I got home that Friday. They didn't tell me. My mother at the time, she was doing a 10-year bid. I was 3 when that started, so it was just about to end. She got out the next year, but at the time of his murder, she was still incarcerated. So I'm like listening to her voice through a cold phone.
That's how you learned? That's how you learned about your dad?
No, my grandmother told me. My grandmother told me the Friday I got home from the school bus. Literally, like, she's like, the minute I got off the bus, she's like, I got bad news.
Oh my gosh.
Your father just got killed. And I don't know, she may have given me more details, but I don't remember. But I do remember being 12 years old thinking, I know I was 12 because I remember thinking, he's not going to get to see me turn 13. He's not going to be here when my mom gets out.
Oh man, that's hard. Immediately following that information, that news, how did you soothe yourself? How did you cope?
Honestly, I didn't. I couldn't work. Couldn't really do my schoolwork. I was crashing and burning everywhere.
Yeah.
I cut off chunks of my hair. I was a kind of a mess.
Yeah.
But I definitely opened my heart up to what music was even more, because I was like, what is this man taught me my whole life? I don't listen and I don't learn.
Mm-hmm.
And I couldn't listen to him anymore.
Yeah.
I couldn't listen to the pain of losing him anymore. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I've been to many funerals before, because in the inner city there's food deserts, and that means a lot of illness
Mm-hmm.
and untimely death from this a thing and that a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And I've seen many funerals, and I remember being at his funeral, and coming into contact with his skin, how cold it was.
Mm.
And I say that because I told you about the cross-modal perception that I have.
Mm-hmm.
And his skin was the same skin I knew, but it was cold.
Yeah.
And I couldn't understand. I couldn't process. My mind couldn't process what it meant to exist in a reality where the skin that I was touching was the man that I loved the most. And that was more than I could stand to continue to listen to.
Mm-hmm.
So eventually I began to listen to what the music had to say. You know,
Your music.
my music, the ones that's in me,
Yeah.
the ones that's around me,
Oh.
the ones that open my mind to, like, okay, I used to think, gospel music is this,
Mm-hmm.
sacred music, and then gangster music is this other music,
Mm-hmm.
and that's bad. But then I started to listen to the gangster music, and I really sat down and I listened
Mm-hmm.
to how Tupac cried about what happened to his sister, what happened to Brenda. I listened to Ludacris.
Mm-hmm.
I listened to what Biggie had to say about you're nobody until somebody kills you. I listened to DMX. They don't know who we be. I really, really listened to what they had to say.
Yeah.
Because that's what eventually took my father away from me, is because somebody somewhere didn't listen. They didn't listen to what they needed to survive.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I'm not going to make that mistake. I'm going to listen this time. Even if they curse, if they say vulgar things, whatever they have to say, because I grew up around church people.
Mm-hmm.
We're so used to saying, this is bad, this is demonic, and this is evil.
Mm-hmm.
And I understand why, because there's violence. But violence always is vulgar when you're experiencing it. But it's even worse being the person who ingests it, in that you become it. And there's no one listening to. It's like saying fire is bad. Well, it is bad, especially if you're in the house that's on fire.
Yeah.
It's like you cannot say this is bad and not be a solution, or at least listen, or call the fire department or something. Like, you can't just do that. So that's why I said I'm going to be a listener. I'm going to talk, I'm going to speak,
Yeah.
and I'm going to listen. And
I love that. I want to ask just one more question about that. So your dad was all about, you listening and getting in touch with yourself and getting in touch with the world around you. Did that, when that moment came when you are processing his death and you're processing your pain, was there a moment where you thought, I need to stop what I'm doing right now, I'm not going to make it? Or did you come up with a point of view of something else? Like, how did you keep going? How did you want to live a full life?
That's how, as I learned to listen. I said, I'm going to stop doing and start listening.
Wow.
Because what I wanted to do was throw everything. What I wanted to do was smash every piano in existence for betraying me, because I can't tell you how many times that I would turn on the news in my city and see somebody get shot and think, I don't want that to be one of my people. I don't want that to be one of my people. And then not only was it one of my people, but it was the one I needed the most.
Yeah.
And I played that into every piano I touched. And I was like, these things don't care. These notes can't heal me. I'm going to smash everything. And I might have been a heavy metal head. If I had a guitar and not a piano, I'm not lying. I was crazy. People don't see it, but I tell people the only difference between me and the bad life was time.
Yeah.
Because of my blindness, I had way too much time on my hands because you're not as socially involved.
Yeah.
When you're a totally blind person in the inner city, you don't want to mess around with people. You don't. You're not going out on a little Mr. Rogers neighborhood walk around to explore to see where the local businesses are near you. You don't want to be fooling around with that. You don't.
Yeah.
Especially not on your own. And so I've had a lot of that happen too, where people like assume that because I'm blind, but that's a whole nother conversation, that I can exist on my own because other blind people can. But there's compare and contrast to existing in that environment.
Mm-hmm.
But when it comes to what I chose to latch on to, what gave me the courage to continue in living was my ability to listen far better, in my opinion, than at least 80% of my peers.
Yeah, and you talked about listening to different music and hearing things that you hadn't heard before.
Absolutely.
Then did those keys start to change for you? You said you were ready to throw the piano out and bash the keys, but did the keys work in your favor?
I stopped using keys and started using drum machines.
Is that right?
Yes.
Okay.
I started to use sequencers at that point.
Yeah.
Because I wanted to make sounds that mocked the piano. Honestly, I grew up thinking that piano was, because everybody said, you're going to be the next Stevie Wonder. You're going to be the next Ray Charles. And nobody in my family was musical. Absolutely nobody in my household was musical.
Wow.
So, when I'm practicing, people are like, turn that mess off. Nobody want to hear that. You can hear little snippets of that through my Image Issues album, the stories I told.
Mm-hmm.
Turn that off. Put that away. Nobody wants to hear that.
So
yet they wanted me to practice day in and day out.
So they wanted you to be a certain way, play a certain thing, get you into a box.
Exactly.
So to speak.
But I was not having it. Not at all.
Is that you? From the beginning, you're not putting me in a box. I know who I am, or I know what I want to do, or that kind of thing.
I wasn't allowed to know what I wanted to do. That's right? Another part of it.
Huh.
It's the existence by proxy. It's a clause that comes with a lot of disabilities, especially chronic illnesses or disabilities, where the child's life is systematized by goals and numbers and data. So imagine being a child and you're in a store and you're able-bodied and you can see and you want to go to the store, the aisle where the toys are. So you look and you find them.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't find it the first time, but you look and you find what you're looking for.
Yeah.
But that is based on your desire and your whim as a child to find the toys. But imagine being a blind child, a child who's blind since birth, with no usable vision, not light perception, floaters, or anything. And when you're looking for the toy section, there's a teacher. There's a teacher with you. She's marking her clipboard. That's considered work. You're not going there to find the toys because you want a toy. You're going there to find a toy to show the government that the data of the results that her teaching methods of teaching you how to get around are working. Yes, you get a toy. You're still a kid. But under that is a lattice of systematic goal setting that you never really get to plan to be your own individual self. So that's another part of it. It's that happened with the music too. It's you're going to learn these songs. You better practice this music. I didn't pay all these piano lesson fees for you to know dinner tonight.
When did that shift? Did it shift?
When I stopped practicing and they had to stop the piano lessons.
But this direction that, took you to France, when did that come?
That came when I left Kansas City. I honestly, like I told you, I had no idea in a million years. I mean, honestly, I talk about it with my friends.
Yeah.
I wasn't supposed to make it. I was the statistic,
Mm-hmm.
Every type of intersectionality that people say you're supposed to have, I had it. Food desert, check. Bad health, check. Single parent home, check. Incarcerated parent, check.
Wow. Wow. Yeah.
But
yeah.
Siblings separated, incarceration, death, gun violence, check.
Jeez.
Gun, drugs, alcohol, check, all around me. And I'm the one, and then there's the societal biases, are you rich? No. Are you white? No.
Mm-hmm.
Are you thin? No.
Mm-hmm.
Are you able-bodied? No. It's the lattice. So when I was not the card chosen. So when I say I never would have thought in a million years, that's not some jargon.
Yeah.
That's not some play-by-play. That is the real deal, Holyfield. I shouldn't have made it.
Yeah.
So when I came here to Seattle and people started to latch on to my music and they start calling it filthy. Everything I did was filthy. And I did not recognize that language because where I came from, people maybe cared a little bit about my music. But I wasn't playing the clubs out there. I never played the Kansas City circuit. I did church maybe a couple times, maybe once I got a little older, but I didn't grow up in a church band.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't grow up with choir directors teaching me how to sing. I didn't grow up with pianos at my beck and call.
Yeah.
I got my hands on a piano when I went to piano lessons. That's when I got to play.
Mm-hmm.
So that's mostly why I didn't practice, because I'm like, I don't want to practice stuff. I want to play, because this is like the only piano that's in tune and at my disposal. And so I'm just like, when I came here to Seattle, I absolutely took off in ways I didn't know. I started producing at 16.
Yeah.
Found the African American, the black, soulful, funky part of Seattle.
Uh-huh.
I started producing, made some tracks, made some videos, and eventually I took off. My mom, she got me in the club scene.
Yeah.
And it was just like, I was homeless. When we moved up here, it was my mother, myself, and my younger brother. He just got killed, actually. Yeah.
When was your brother killed?
Like 2 years ago
Oh,
now.
I'm so sorry. And that was in Seattle?
That was in Kansas City.
Oh, that was in Kansas. He
See,
went back to Kansas City?
I'm telling you.
He went back to Kansas City?
He went back, and it's funny because he had just finished his 10-year sentence in prison. 26 years old, had a kid.
Oh.
Had a kid. She was 10 years old.
Mm. Oh, it's like a repeat of you. It's your life.
My niece is 12 years old now.
Mm-hmm.
And when she was 10, her father did a 10-year sentence and got out when she was 10. That means the moment she was born, he got locked up. And then when he gets home, he gets killed 3 weeks later.
Awful.
47 times. Shot.
Oh, my gosh.
Yeah, my brother just got whipped 50 lashes. 3 strikes for his life. He got no more passes. Image issues.
You talk about that in Image Issues.
See?
Yeah. Yeah. How do you process that? How do you make it through that? How did you or how are you making it through that? Because this is recent.
Prayer. A lot of music.
Listening to it, performing it,
listening to
it,
listening to it, crying to it, like eating to it, sleeping to it. I listened to Wanted You to Know, the song that I made for him on Image Issues, all the time.
Yeah.
Because what I did was, there is a video actually. It is a TikTok video of the reunion that he had with his daughter on the day of his release. And I said, after he got killed, I said, you guys have to send me that video. And I took the audio from that video. I put the audio, of that man holding his daughter for the first time since the time she was born. And that's the only record that I have of his voice since his exit.
Rest in paradise until we meet again. Try to pull it now, my heart got a hole in it too. I love you, try to pull it. I love you, Che. I love you, Che. We're gonna miss you so much.
Hi, Daddy. I love you. I wish you was back, and just know that I know that you're watching above me. I will a poem to you. I hope you love it. I love you, Daddy.
And he's like, you don't have to cry. She was crying, you know? Finally, I got my daddy back. Only to lose him.
Right.
And I was so broken because, like, I'm here in Seattle and I found out he got killed. My grandma was like, your brother just got shot. They don't know if he's going to make it. But he died on impact, man. Those were military rounds, man. 47 shots. He wasn't coming back from that. You know, my grandma told me that, and I didn't even go to his funeral. I couldn't. Because it was gang violence, and I knew.
It wasn't safe.
It wasn't safe. Do you know how much I wish I could have said goodbye to my brother? But I knew in my bones that it wasn't safe. And sure enough, something broke out at the funeral. There was a fight. The girl that got him killed showed up, and my mom had a ballistic breakout. And I don't blame her. But that's another story. But what I'm telling you is that I lost him and didn't get to say goodbye.
Yeah. Not easy stuff. Thanks for sharing that. Incredible stuff incredible stuff. So that the third city is Seattle, the third city is Seattle. You know what's the best thing? I'm changing subjects here, not to be impolite. I mean, but Seattle, what's the best part of the city? Best thing about being here for you?
The friends and the family I made here. We talking from Chris all the way to LaTanya, all the way to Stone Gossard, the Pearl Jam family. We talking Loose Screw family, Regan. We talking like people that I haven't even, Curtis Seals, Conrad Real. Like, I'm just talking, but just people, man. The musical community that I've had here, I've never had anywhere in my life. I mean, it's just, if I had known that I could build communities like this, or communities could be built like this, I would have been never, ever would have been stuck in the house. I would never have been scared to go anywhere.
How did it change so much? How did your musical expression change so much from being in Kansas City to being in Seattle? Like, how did you suddenly get more out, more to the clubs and things like that?
It started with my mother driving me from place to place. And then, like, this one night she drove me to this place in the Columbia District. It was like the Rumba Notes. And it was like an open mic night. And it was called Sisters Rock the Arts. And it was this Black collective of just great powerhouses of musicians. And LaTanya Horace, the host, one of the hostesses, she flipped her lid. I started singing and playing, and she's just like, oh, no, you got to come around some more.
Wow.
And then next thing I know, I'm just like, I'm kicking it.
Wow.
And then one of LaTanya's friends was looking for a person to play Roberta Flack show. She's like,
Okay,
I
cover
need
show.
I was like, I need a black, they said, I need a black piano female, like black piano playing female. And LaTanya said, I got you. Yeah. I wasn't able to play that show that year, and that was sad. But I met that person, and that person, lo and behold, LaTanya and that person introduced me to Stone, then I start playing, like around. The next thing I know, I literally this is why I say I never thought in a million years I would make it this far. Because I can't tell you the pieces, all the pieces that connected. I can't tell you how many miracle after miracle after miracle I have experienced in this game. Because Tiny Desk, Tiny Desk.
Yeah, talk about
really?
that. NPR Tiny Desk.
NPR Tiny Desk.
Yeah, tell me about that, how that happened.
It was because I finally released the album and the record label was like, let's get her Tiny Desk.
Was that I Choose to Live?
Yes.
Yeah, recorded here.
Recorded here in Litho.
Yeah. All right. Well, while we're talking about I Choose to Live, I need to talk about one song.
Let's go.
Loud, Loud World.
Oh, that thing.
Something happened in that song, and the first time I heard it, I everything is silent in my house. I'm listening. I don't think it was early in the morning, and I listened to that, and I just started crying. And there's something that's happening in that song that's so personal.
As I open up my eyes, I realize that I'm not the girl I used to be. And as I open up my ears, I realize that I don't hear what I used to hear. And sometimes it all seems so loud. I wish I could turn it all down. And even though I cannot see, doesn't mean I'm in some alternate reality, yes.
You want to go ahead and clear your schedule for the day?
There's something emotional that I tapped into as a listener, and I think everybody taps into it who listens to that song. It's like you're sharing your soul. Like, I'm not getting some trite thing. I'm getting something real, authentic. And I'm hearing it and I'm feeling it. So I just want to ask you more about that. Like, what did you tap into differently for that song?
Loud Loud World was one of those songs that grew. And when it was a baby, it was an improvised session. And we built and built and built. And finally, I just took it and I broke it down to the roots, took it back to the words. And I layered breath and heartbeat and stomp, which is why you hear that in the beginning. And the samples that go backwards and speed up and fly past your ears and they kind of flutter at your heart, Those are that's my breathing. Those are my hand claps, snaps. That's me.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm taking it electronic. I'm taking it into the hip hop realm because that's where I grew up around. That's what I heard is the power music of my soul. Hip hop was those beats, those 808. That's why I tell people now, I can't stand music that don't break windows. If it's not pounding, it's like, I'm like, listen, I don't care if it's jazz. I don't care if it's Beethoven's Ninth. Turn that shit up until the freaking windows crack. Turn it up.
I love it.
I don't like, oh, that's too loud. Now turn it up.
I love it.
But Loud Loud World was my speech to, it was literally, I felt attacked in the session. Let's just be honest.
Really?
I felt There was some people in the session that was really, really hands-on about how I should perform and why. And I was like, man, I don't do this. I don't do this. I don't record in studios. I'm used to playing by myself for myself.
Yeah.
And I came into this space expecting to have fun, and you're making all this hullabaloo about like, oh, you're not supposed to play right now, and you're supposed to back off right now, and you're supposed to... And I'm like, no. Let me tell you something. I'm only human. You know, I am only human. The fact is that I did, man. Coming into Seattle, man, everything changed. It was a loud world. Coming into a place like Litho where there's a whole band and everybody's expecting to get their chance to speak sonically. And everybody wants me to do a part of their thing and then give them a part of me. And I'm like, and they're like, what songs have you written? And I'm like, I don't really write songs. I just play what I feel. And they're like, they got song books full of songs. And they're all playing crazy riffs and da-da-da-da-ba-da-ba-ba-doo-doo-bow. And I'm like, this is different.
Yeah.
And Loud World is also a path down those lanes that I told you about, that systematic development that happens with kids with disabilities as well. Because there's this freak out mentality where it's like, this kid is blind, but she's just like you and me. And it's like, no. Actually, I'm not like everybody else. We as a human species haven't learned. We haven't evolved past blindness. The only reason my world works is because there's adaptations that make it work. I can't exist in this world without my sight, without the proper adaptations. Everything is different for a blind person, just like it is for a deaf person. Just because we're born blind, we have lost 80% of our information. We have lost. We haven't gained some secret service senses upgrade.
Yeah.
That is not an upgrade. That is not an upgrade. However, the way that we use our minds to navigate around that loss is what makes us great. Not like everybody else, but great all the same.
Okay. Another thing that makes you great, I think, is the bravery, the courage to express yourself as you want to express yourself. And that comes across loud and clear in your music. And it isn't like I'm going to be stuck in this one style. I'm not going to be stuck in this one genre. I'm not going to be stuck in, not even the same musicians. Like you are just breaking everything. It's just amazing.
I know.
Amazing. So when you came to Seattle, some of that opened up for you.
Yes, it did.
And
a lot of it did. Most of all of it did.
Were you aware of a choice? Like, I'm doing something, I'm choosing something different? I'm being something different?
I was becoming something different, that's for sure. Because
Yeah.
I tell you what I wasn't going to do. I wasn't going to continue living off of Cheese Whiz and out of garbage bags no more. I was living on Aurora. I was living on a hotel, man. I was on the bus line.
Yeah, so for people who are not from Seattle and not familiar, it wouldn't be easy to be homeless, and it would not be easy to be on Aurora. It's not it's not an easy place to be. And I'm just driving through. I haven't lived there. And you lived there, and that's where you came from, Kansas City.
That's right. I ate up Seattle's music scene. I tell you what.
Yeah.
I went to the festivals. I played the late nights. I tell people, don't underestimate the underdog, because I'll play it. What you gonna do, Brittany? I gotta go. Well, your keyboard's broken. Don't care. Give me some batteries. Put some D batteries in that thing.
Yeah.
You don't have the back panel to it, Brittany. Don't care. Put some duct tape on it. You don't have the middle C, Brittany. Yeah, I was playing the keyboard
Wow.
with the key missing and still dropping, giving people dropping their jaws.
That's awesome.
Okay?
That's awesome. All right.
Come
well,
on.
I could talk to you forever and ever on that evolution that happened and how powerful it is and the change that it made in your life. But for timing, I'm going to move forward just a little bit.
Go ahead. You got it.
I got two main questions for you. Like, what's the hardest part about being in Seattle? It's the same questions I've asked for these different cities. What's the hardest part about being here?
Sometimes the hardest part about being here is feeling like I don't know what's around me sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Because I played so many different styles. You brought it up before.
Yeah.
That sometimes in experiencing and expressing myself, I get overwhelmed by all of the different places and fields that I cover.
Mm-hmm.
It's like 1 month, it's like I'm all with rock people all month.
Yeah.
And then the next thing you know, they're like, oh, cool. It's like, well, she did a cover of Present Tense, but she's not really a rocker. And then the rock people see me for this one moment, and then I'm gone to the hip hop side. And it's like, yeah, she did a little hip hop thing, sort of, but she's not really hip hop.
Oh.
And it's like,
They want that box. Everybody wants that box.
Everybody wants it. And I'm not saying that people are doing it intentionally.
Yeah.
But if you listen to rock music and that's all you listen to, and then a Britney just kind of goes, flops in your inbox kind of, thing. And then that's all you see. It's not like I made a rock album.
Yeah.
I do a cover, drop it.
Yeah.
And what does it mean? It means that I did a rock cover.
Mm-hmm.
And then maybe I'll drop a few little half verses on my album. Okay, but what does that really mean to a rapper who spends their whole time listening to the best of the best rappers?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm with you. I'm following that. Yeah.
So that's really hard. It's really tough.
Yeah. For that following that would be easier to build if you're just with one style of music, right?
or at least had a consistent pattern of expression. So like we rock a little bit and we do a little jazz. Or we rap a little bit, rock a little bit, and we do a little jazz. But it's like, dude, I just did a Sinead O'Connor tribute.
Whoa. Really?
It's some of the most amazing music I ever heard.
Yeah.
Never heard it in my life. So the real Sinead O'Connor fans is like, that's dope.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, ooh, they're going to remember me. But,
Yeah.
But it's an intuitive thing, I guess, for an artist. Just imagine being Picasso and like all of a sudden you're doing clay work. And it's like, this ain't my thing. You might like it, but this is not really my thing. And then people start calling you for more of that thing. And the more of that thing they call you for, you're like, I'm an abstract artist. I don't know this. And they're like, you got it. And I'm like, I don't know, man. But that's really the hardest part is that I have too much greatness to go around. That's the hardest part. No, I'm just playing.
This is going back to the Grammy thing. Like I'm predicting the future, and it is that you being yourself and just exploring what's interesting to you and real for you and in your soul. And I've heard you talk about your soul, like if it's finding your soul is your music, right? Like expressing something that's authentic, that's inside of you.
Yes.
If you are after that, like I see that, I'm just going to predict, like we're going to be watching you get the Grammys. You're going to feel what that's like. I'm just saying it's going to happen.
I'm ready.
So my last question for you is like talking about this piano. We're going to turn toward it, and if Brittany still has enough energy to do a song. You said in a video recently that I watched that the strings of the piano are constrained.
Yes.
And
they don't bend.
And when they're constrained, they can't do all the things that they would want to do, that they might want to do. But that constraint can make something, this is my assertion, that something that's hard, that's difficult or problematic can make something really beautiful.
Yeah.
So this piano, you said constrained, sounds really amazing. Can you talk a little bit about that?
It can open so many doors. It can interact with you. The piano will scream if you make it. The thing about me is I enjoy what happens when you're detached personally from the instrument. Because when you're not going, well, it's the right posture. And now there's a thing to be said for form and technique. I'm not saying that kibosh on that.
Yeah.
There's a thing to be said for it. But there's also something to be said for what happens when you break every single one of those strings' heart. When you tell the strings, I don't care about what you were made for. I don't care about what you were made for. I care about what you're made of.
Oh, that's interesting.
Because now we can get down to the brass tacks of the fact that you were made to vibrate. Just because you're a Steinway, that doesn't mean you were made for the one who grew up with every piano lesson in the book plus some and every teacher. At the end of the day, I don't care if you're upright, a baby grand.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, those strings are meant to vibrate, and it's about to cause some vibrations in these strings. That's what we do.
And we're meant to vibrate.
We're meant to do
because life is a song, right? We're meant to.
We
our
are
heart's
a
beating
song.
along already, right?
We're a song.
We're right there. All right, I'm going to stop talking. I just enjoyed that conversation so much. Thank you for coming. And if you're willing to play us a song, this is Rockin' a Hard Place, and I'd love to have a song for listeners to get in touch with you. And if it's a song that came from hardship, that's great. If it's not, that's fine too. All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Brittany.
Thank you.
I appreciate that so much. I put on my hand here.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
man.
you.
I know exactly what song I can do. This is the very first song that I recorded in a big studio here in Seattle. It's called Lonely Road. Whenever y'all ready.
Yeah, we're rolling. Take it away.
I'm just making a bunch of racket. Sorry. I didn't know. Lonely road, lonely road. I just can't seem to get away. Lonely road, lonely road. When will I see the break of day on this lonely road? On this lonely road. When you're crying and your hope is gone, you're the one that feels you're all alone. When you're down and your days seem so long, you're the one that feels you're all alone. There's a star up in the sky telling you that you've arrived to a place where you wanna be. Keep on striving, keep on striving on this lonely road. Keep your head up, though you're fed up on this lonely road. Don't look back, the time is now. It's time for you to wear the crown. Stand tall through the stormy weather.
seem to get away. Lonely road, lonely road. When will I see the break of day on this lonely road?